A classic is a piece of literature usually considered to represent the period of time of which it was written in. It merits lasting recognition while making connections to themes of love, hate, life, and death. The novel The Luck of Barry Lyndon was written by William Makepeace Thackeray in 1844. Thackeray was born on July 18th, 1811, in Kolkata, India. He was fathered by a British administrator of the East India Company. Just a mere 5 years later, Thackeray's father passes away, and Thackeray had to be sent back home to England. His mother later joined him in 1820. Thackeray began to study at Trinity College in Cambridge in 1828, but only after 2 years he left Trinity without taking a degree. Thackeray had three daughters, of which one died during infancy. After her daughter's death, Mrs. Thackeray became mentally unstable. She was left to be taken care of in an insane asylum, while Thackeray continued on with his life. Thackeray later died on Christmas Eve, December 24th, 1863, in London, England. The Luck of Barry Lyndon is a classic because it very well represents the time it was written in, and it goes over many major themes such as love, life, hatred, and love. And the story and the standard still holds up to this very day. Redmond Barry, a 15-year-old teenager, is in love with his 24-year-old cousin, and his 24-year-old cousin is engaged to this guy who just got shot. And Barry was the guy who shot him. And now Barry is in a big trouble, and he has to flee all the way and join the army.
Quite dead.
Barry joins the British Army, to be more specific, and within a short amount of time, Barry is already launched into battle. Now, Barry is not wounded himself, but his Lieutenant Feckham has been shot by opposing forces. Now, Barry has to carry him out of the battlefield to take care of his lieutenant. The lieutenant later dies very shortly after Barry rescues him, and this just sent Barry into a sort of depression. And then Barry later deserts the British Army, only to be caught into another war. After seeing his friend and lieutenant die in battle, Barry deserts the British Army and impersonates a British officer, but is later caught by a Prussian officer who could see through his lies. The Prussian officer later recruits him into the Prussian army, lest Barry wants to be arrested and hanged for desertion. Now, Barry is caught up in another war in a different place.
Was the most common penalty for minor offenses.
Barry is able to escape from the Prussian army and now can lead a normal life. Barry quickly becomes attracted to a woman who is already married, but her husband is very ill and soon dies. But after her husband dies, she becomes in love with her cousin. I'm telling you, man, it's really weird with these cousins. But and then after Barry's able to swoon her away from her own cousin to himself, and they quickly fall in love. Just like that. And then they get married and they have a kid. And happily ever after. No, not really. It doesn't work like that.
A long story.
So Barry's and his wife's son fell off a horse, which caused the young boy to have internal bleeding and many broken bones. Back then, medical aid was very slim, and the boy's chances of surviving were slim. Soon after the accident, the boy died. Barry's wife, Honoria, was very wealthy, and Barry took advantage of this. He drank and gambled most of her money away. Even after their son's death, he continued to do this. He physically abused her, and long enough, Honoria had had enough. Honoria had a colleague of hers arrange a legal divorce. Barry lost his money, his power, and his wife. I guess you could say she didn't have a very good time with her husband.